Hey everybody, it's RCK, and I'm glad to have you here again for our next episode in our Fallen Empire series. I know I've kind of dropped the ball on this lately. Honestly, the last week or 2 weeks of posting videos have just been videos I've had saved. I've had a lot going on. I got a new pet, haven't been taking care of that. It needs a lot more attention than some of my other ones. I've had other things going on in my family. I've had games. Been trying to get into my other hobbies a little bit more. Been going out a little bit more lately. Starting to try to paint and do the Warhammer stuff more. Of course, I'm trying to play Magic more. I've been trying to play with my friends more as far as online or offline. So, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's try to get this done. I do have a couple more games I want to do, of course. I don't know when I'll get to them. Haven't really been able to do a lot of recording as far as the daytime goes. I don't record with my girlfriend's here, and it's summertime, and we're both off during the summer. So, of course, she has a lot of free time, and I just don't usually get around to recording till 11, 12 at night. And by the time I get done with my turns, it's 1, 2 o'clock, and I'm not feeling like it. So, let's go ahead and jump in. Let's see, let me make sure we are recording and it can hear me. Okay, we're good. Don't want to redo it. We have a message here from End. Misclicks and the bulk of my troops advancing on man back into the fort of 142, along with the S1 Abbot Sages. That's very unfortunate for him. That's really the backbone of his army, casting all the luck, body ethereal, and the rest of it. I don't want to lose the momentum, so I'll try to continue advancing instead of pulling back to 140 to consolidate. You may see some strange fights this turn. Okay. We have a Malika rating. We've seen this before, of course. We have a ping, just busy throwing a commander, making sure that Machaka is putting down PED. Very, very large force here from Abizia. It looks like taking back some land that Menchaca has taken from him. I believe Osmark has had a lot of fights on it. We see a large force from Menchaca as well. Not as large as Abizia's, but as far as Mage Corps goes, I think Menchaca, well, I don't know, it's a tough one to say. Rage Lords, Revenant, Apprentices. Pretty evenly matched here. I'm curious to see, of course, Abizia definitely does have more chaff here, so that will probably play a good part in it as well. We have a battle here from End, fighting a small raiding group from Ermor. It looks like another group he's been throwing out. It looks like they caught them in the province here. Took out another small group, not too big of a deal. We have Arcosophali attacking Satis. Of course, we knew that was going on. Small raiding group hit End again. Didn't really do much. This looks like mercenaries. Mercenaries bought by End, raiding some of man's lands as he is losing, or getting taken out of the game. Wouldn't really want to say losing. He has held out for a long time. Arcus finally taking more land, a little bit more of a mage core in this group. Definitely a lot more units. Very interesting battle we see here. See a lot of losses here, but lots of Abbot Sages even lost, but of course they did kill a large amount here. On the bright side here for End, at least, it looks like majority of his sacreds, his main battle line troops, were not killed in this battle, so that is very beneficial for him. It looks like he did lose a good amount of mages, though. 22, 24, just 2 turns. Or they're just 1 turn apiece, so 24, 27 mages there. So let's see what was lost here from Ermor. Ooh, this is going to be a very, very painful one for him. 5 censors, Mound Kings, 3 priests, Wraith Lord Huan, and attack Ermor 1. So End did prevail in this one. Losing 86 Knights of the Unholy Sepulchre, losing 222 lictors. That's a big deal right there. That is a lot of gems. Regardless if he has a conjuration bonus sight or anything as such as that, as far as the best price that he can get these, unless he's doing them the Archbishop way, that depends. You'd have to do the math on it for how many turns you have the Archbishop, for how many turns in total you've got lictors and whatnot. Or if he's doing it per gem, now you can use one gem, make one lictor. That can be the conversion ratio. If you have the hat that Ermor has, but losing 222 regardless, that's a pretty big hit. And honestly, I mean, 800 or 700 undead isn't nothing to laugh at either. I mean, that is definitely a whole lot for him. Looks like his archbishops did get out of there, so that is one saving grace for him. Because, I mean, that is 69 gems worth of archbishops. I think they're 23 apiece, depending. One of them could possibly be his prophet, which is even more valuable. So yeah, very, very interesting here. And of course, we will watch this battle. I did just want to talk about the losses. Ooh, and he took this fight in the cave. Okay. I see you. I see you with only Dark Vision 50 for some reason. Maybe a good reason. If he was going to take this fight, I expected him to have Spirit Sight versus Dark Vision 50. But wow. Okay. This was a fight I wouldn't have recommended taking in the cave. Now, if he took this in any other province, there's a very, very good chance that he would not have taken as many losses as far as mages go, possibly. Looks like Rigor Mortis is up right now. And looks like End has cast Relief. They're all lucky. They all have poison resistance. Very, very nice. It's going to be a good, good battle here. As far as the formations here for Ermor goes, we have a line. It looks like actually there are some knights here, maybe to try to catch something in the front. But lines of Long Dead with a few of the Velites here, Long Dead. And then Velites in the middle, followed by small groups of Long Dead, Velites, and Principes here, big line here. Looks like we have the knights on either flank in square formation. Looks like we have lots of lictors here on guard commander. As far as the sensors and Mound Kings go that we see here, then a huge, huge block of lictors here in the back. Maybe on hold and attack rear, or just attack rear possibly. Also a large line of priests here. Wonder what he's doing with those priests. Because if he has the archbishops, of course they're going to be all blessed very, very quickly with the unholy blessing. I'm not sure why he brought the priest for, unless there's some other reason why he was moving him there, maybe to push his dominion. More than likely to push his dominion. I think End has Purgatory, if I remember correctly. Yes, there is the Holy Four here. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Okay, first play. So already it seems like we have a Holy Communion going up, and tons, well, I don't know if they're actually in the communion. Yes, they are in the communion. Yes, they are. Yep. And they're all casting Ashes to Ashes, which is his little banishment spell. So yeah, this is going to wipe out a lot of undead here for sure. See how much damage over here. I guess Ashes to Ashes does catch them on fire regardless. Well, I don't know. But they do have fire resistance though, so they might not take any damage from it. It really doesn't look like they're taking much at all from it. This might be dealing a little bit of extra damage, but they do have their regen. Do they have regen? No, they don't have undead regen. They just have a lot of HP. That's right. So we have a few knights break. This is more than likely how he lost all those mages here. The square formations let in a few knights, which in turn let them here into the kind of the little soft spot he has. Of course, this is having a lot of. They're still. I mean, the units are holding them off a little bit. But this is a lot of Knights of the Unholy Sepulchre, and they're no joke. especially with a lot of HP. They're going to stick around. They hit hard. They have a lot of attacks. Ravenous Swarm by end. And honestly, at this point, looks like there's just lictors and knights left. The chaff disappeared very quickly. Well, let's watch that. We might just watch that again. I don't know. I'm sure these units here have been doing a lot of killing power. Ravenous Swarm helping out there. Oh yeah. I'm sure he more than likely lost his communion slaves due to rigor mortis being up, I feel. Because I'm not seeing any. All of these are H3s? Yeah, they're all H3s. Yeah, they've been really putting down a hurting here. Where's this guy? Earth 2 with a matrix, okay. The 3s. What are you? What are you? Let's see. A 2, but this is his relief caster, I feel. Man. That definitely did hurt her more for sure in that one. That was a tough one for him. Troll King there. I wonder if this is the province where he didn't have his reinforcements go. We got another force. Ribbons of gold. That's 133. No, this has to deal with... Uh-oh. The game's doing that weird thing again. Hold on. $42, so 140. So we sent him towards me instead. Could have just been definitely been a mistake there. Or just a misclick, definitely. It could have been. Yeah, we do see. Oh, well, there's a Demi-Lich there. But yes, we do see. Yeah, he has large stacks here, but these large stacks really aren't all a lot. He's gonna have this Mage Core here because there's a crypt underneath, which gives him the Conjuration bonus. This is where he's making lictors at. So I doubt. I mean, other than mages, he's just gonna have chaff. Demi-Lich is here. If you can turn his bless off, that'd be nice. Dusk Elders here making the units and the specters and whatnot. This is just going to be all chaff. This is going to have lictors in it. Don't know how many lictors. But this is going to be his next force of lictors here. What he's going to be able to use. Because losing that 200, that was a pretty big hit. Especially, I mean, yes, it is turn 63 in the game. But once you've stayed a small or more, it's a pretty big hit. It's not like it's, well, I mean, there's still going to be a good amount of lictors here. I don't think there's going to be 200 and some of them and 80 some knights, but this is going to be what he's going to have to hold off end or pressure man steel. Does have a lot of units here in these underwater provinces. Either he needs to go down there and take advantage of, or he might be using them as raiding points as far as raiding places. Okay. As far as the battles here with Mashaka, it looks like one's on one fort, one's on another fort. I don't feel Machaka's going to want to take this fight. I see him possibly pulling back to 112. And reinforcing with what maybe is inside of Machaka itself. Inside of 126 and 127. Pulling all those troops together, then pushing forward again. Because if Abizia says, oh, well, that just doesn't look too bad if he's going to... Actually, he's not even broken the fort yet. So honestly, this puts Machaka in position of either pulling back right now, losing this throne, reinforcing. I do not know what Abizia has in that fort. He could decide to... Alright, and honestly, Abizia doesn't know what Machaka has in that fort either. He could use a small force to storm the fort and send the majority of his army northward to hit this province, 108, while also breaking siege with what's inside. Because I feel like if Machaka did decide to go after him, that Abizia could push his army that way in the movement phase. I don't think Machaka will stay here next turn. Regardless if he moves into that fort, moves down, moves anywhere, I don't think he's going to stay at 108. I don't know if Abizia will be able to think the same way. I don't know if he will storm the fort this turn or if he will try to save his other fort. It does have a temple in it. Take that into consideration, but it is not gone yet. It is still under siege. With these stacks here coming up, not sure what he's using them for. They could be just patrollers to blood hunt, of course. I'll definitely take that from him. Possibly push this force east, take 64 from him. Then you're going to threaten anything on this side as well, depending on what you have in here. But yeah, I don't think Machaka is going to be able to take the fight on 85 and win. Feel like once he lost that major force that he has, because he had 2 stacks here in the beginning, he lost one of them. I feel like that was a big pain for him for sure. That was very painful, and I don't think he's quite recovered from that. I don't know if we'll see a peace deal, but there's a lot of ideas back and forth I have about what's going on here. It looks like Satis is just forwarding up. He's going to sit in this capital for his last stand. Honestly, at this point, you might as well even say, all right, Chaka, take that. Take a land or two, take a little bit just to stop Arcoscephali from getting it. Because, I don't think Satis can come back with this. He definitely has lost a lot. He might... Because whenever you're defending your cap, that's never a good position to be in. That's never a winning position. At that point, if you've lost everything or lost all of your land, it's going to take you so many turns to get everything back, and so many turns of you not having forts producing, that so many turns of you not having that income, that's going to put you so far behind. At that point, Arcoscephales has gained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 forts that are producing either mages, units. They all have temples in them now, and I'm pretty sure they all have, well, yeah, all of them, but 2 of them have labs in them. That is a lot, and you have to think, if you are going to pressure Arcoscephali back, if you do win that cap battle, you're going to have to go and siege every one of these forts down. You're going to have to spend a turn storming them. This is going to be a lot if he does win on the cap. So, we will definitely see. And let's go on to turn 64. That was turn 63. These are the globals currently up. Eyes of God, Riches from Beneath, Mother Oak, Gift of Health, Eternal Pyre. For some reason I thought... No. Okay, so if I remember correctly... Ian said that he had Purgatory ready to fire off. He just hasn't decided. It hasn't had a good enough opportunity yet. Of course, he wants Ermor to be deep within his lands before that happens. And you'll say, oh, well, Purgatory doesn't kill the lictors. It doesn't kill the lictors outright. It's going to take time, them being in it for a long period of time, them racking up afflictions every turn. that will slowly tear down the lictors. Of course, the chaff is going to be gone in one turn. That's going to be automatically gone. Because I've played the Ermor versus Purgatory game. It is not a fun one to play, but it is definitely a tough one. But you kind of have to wait it out. Maybe even choose a different target after that, or just play defensively until you have a way to fight it back, either dispel it or something along those lines. So yeah, it's a tough one. Your chaff is going to disappear, but your lictors will stay alive, and usually you can get them out of there before too many of them get taken out. Because I'm telling you, those afflictions, they will rack up fast. Okay, so let's go to the next turn. 64. Right there. Alrighty, so we have another message here from End. Cast Purgatory this turn with 80 gems on the assumption that most current spells cast little to no overcast. They are all after minimum cast of 50, except my own Eternal Pyre, which is 80. I can't remember if I overcast Eternal Pyre. Can't believe I didn't write it down. So I'd like to make sure I don't overcast it. Also hoping I don't overwrite Eyes of God, which is near minimum cast. School has done great work for me so far in the game. If it works, you see it turn. Okay, so what is kind of meaning, of course, Eyes of God is not really a spell that directly helps you out as far as resources or gold or anything like that, but giving you information is also a really, really big, really big deal. Honestly, it's not just it's something that you can use. You can use it against people. You can, oh, hey, I got the graphs. We can disguise a big threat. We might need to go take them out. Maybe if someone had a big battle, you're able to tell that they're in a weaker position. There's tons of things you can use with that. And of course, there is a chance that he might go against one of his own globals. So that would also be very, very painful if he took down one of his own globals with this. Of course, most of them here are with Arco Savali. Arco Savali is 3 out of 5. He's 2 out of 5. I guess I could put this game up to more globals, but honestly, having to fight over a few global spots make it a little bit more interesting. You won't see nations just completely overpower other ones just by holding a whole bunch of globals at one time. We see raiding forces here. Another raiding force forcing a busy out, or a busy forcing Machaka out with that raiding force. Oh man, taking heavy losses from the looks of the mercenaries. Let me look. Yes, those are mercenaries. Taking very few losses, losing 33 tower guard. I mean, when you only have your cap left, I mean, that's a decent amount. 300 and some gold. Oh, so that mana core died, if I remember correctly, that mana core is twice born. So he should be getting some kind of lich type thing back. I don't know if it's directly a mana core type chassis or a monster chassis at size 5, but he's definitely going to get something back. And to lose, oh yeah, there's a lot of hellspawn there, never mind. What kind of attacks they have? Fist, bite, fire flare. I'm sure they just kind of harassed him down and was able to take him out. Raiding force, just taking another Citizen province. Oh, and here we see a very, very big battle here. Wow, I'm very surprised to see that actually. So, Abizia did not storm the fort this turn, and Machaka did not move, which is very, very surprising to see. No, Machaka attacked Abizia, so Machaka hit Abizia on the throne that Machaka owned. Very interesting. That was not one of the plays that I thought Machaka would have taken there, Like I said, I thought he would have moved. I figured Abyssia would have probably tried to storm the fort. More than likely, unless there was something very, very beneficial there to Machaca that he did not want to lose inside that fort. Maybe he broke siege with some stuff too. I mean, yeah, you did take out a lot of chaff. Ooh, 55 lava warriors is pretty relevant here. As far as the mages go, that nothing really, not a whole lot. As far as losses on your side, chaff might be his god right there. 3 sorcerers, a golem, black sorceress. Let's see. He lost his god, that's kind of painful, but I mean, I think he has a lot of holy mages to be able to get that back. No, it's not his god. Huh. How do you get this fella? I mean, like I said, it could be the transformation twice born, going from a size 5 to a size 6. I don't know. It's just very curious about this. Cool though. Cool that he's able to get them if that's the way, because it does look like it's it looks like it's one of these not sorceress. Where's there's a mound fiend. Black sorceress. No, that's not it. Maybe it's just a sorceress. Might be a black sorceress. No, that one had earth on it. Never mind. I think it might just be a sorceress that was transformed, and I don't know. That's weird. If that is a way of doing it, that is a pretty interesting way for sure. Don't know if you'd have to twice born the transformed chassis in order to do it, or if you'd have to twice born the human chassis, transform them, then get them killed. Huh, it's worth testing and trying out. Cool. Cool. Or I could just be not understanding what's going on, and there's an Earth 5 there. And not seeing the main part of it. Lots of equipment on this guy is going to lose, this golem. It's Etten here. Alright, let's play. So we see a huge line of lava warriors in the front. They're all blessed up already. Followed by the kind of giant hell breeds. They are starving. Is everything starving? It's not good. At least the mages aren't. Lots of things are taking a lot of attrition here. I'm getting racking up a lot of diseases. That is never good to see. If you're gonna stack up army like this, you want to make sure that you do have the supply items ready for it. So I'm sure that one of the provinces that he has, I mean, regardless, we do see a sorceress right here. We do see a nature mage. You're able to make things like endless bags of wine and whatnot, which is just 5 gems apiece. You might have a very, very low nature gem income or stockpile, but regardless, I mean, it doesn't take too many to really supply an army's worth. So there is that. Well, he's got his experiment all cleared up with some nice equipment. Lots of swarm being cast, fortitude, keep from hell being cast. Let's slow down for a minute. Let's put on play. So as far as spells and battlefield spells being put up right now, we just have Heat from Hell. Do not know how beneficial these fire elementals will be. No, these aren't chakras, never mind. I think these, no, these are these. I can't tell. They're going to work great against the swarm. If they're machakas, I don't know how great they're going to work against Abyssia, but we do see a lot of water elementals here taking some damage, decaying. Curse of Stone, something. What was cast there? Can't tell. Rage Lord. These are Abysseus. That one's not, but so it looks like we have Iron Warriors, or what's the level 9 one? It's the lead something. Goodness, I can't remember. There's lead and gold something. Gives everything natural protection of 20. It's the one that has fire resistance. I think it's the gold one. I can't remember. We'll double check the research. So. Army of Lead and Army of Gold. I think that's Army of Gold he probably cast with that E5. Started putting in some work here for sure. Fortune Shaft disappeared pretty fast, and it's unfortunate that Busy has lost so many lava warriors. This could be one of those scenarios where if you watch the battle after an update or after something, or just rewatch the battles, that depending on how close the battle is, it could go either way, and the replay will show something else and the report will say otherwise. But I promise that the report is what happened. So Machaka attacked Abizia but was defeated. So Machaka, it looks like he won in the replay, he actually lost in the actual game. It's just kind of, I guess, the random number generator and whatnot could go either way sometimes for you. I mean, that's kind of how close this battle actually was. So that is very interesting to see. Another raid. I'm glad Abizia is keeping up with the raids from Machaka. If you remember correctly, and when the start of this war happened, there were tons and tons of raids from Machaka, and then they kind of fell off as Machaka started either losing his twice-spawned units or he lost that army. And then we do see all of these counter raids coming back from Abizia, taking everything back and moving forward. We just see a few battles here, just Ermor and In fighting back and forth. Of course, raiding forces from Ormor, In killing them. Just taking a force here. Looks like probably took a fort or something. Oh, so this was what was inside of the fort. Why didn't he break siege? I don't understand. Because, I mean, 136 more troops. I felt, well, this could have been the routing troops from the battle outside. That could be very true. That could be very true. I don't know. It didn't seem like he had 80-some route, but there's 130-some inside the fort. I don't think he broke siege. Looks like he didn't have the mages to break siege. You only have one guy leadership 10. That could have been what happened too. He just didn't have commanders inside the fort that had enough leadership to actually use these units inside the siege or inside of the break siege. Honestly, I don't even know if I would have took that fight then. I would have just let these guys just die, just count them as a loss there. That was a tough one. Let me double check. Make sure I was right when I said army. No, it should be an alteration. Yeah, gives a +5 fire resistance. I guess it's ability to shock 5. I mean, he could have just been casting Marble Warriors. No, that's only 15. interesting. Yeah, that was a fort that he took there from Satis and attacked another one. Not too much left to talk about that. I wonder if this was a separate force, or if that was the force inside that broke out. I don't know. I really don't know. Could have been just the force that was inside of that fort that broke out, but why wouldn't he have brought the 160 units from 108 and pushed them south to Osmark and really have a crushing defeat on Abizia instead of having it lost there? I don't think I would have stayed on this fort if that was the case. I would have gave up siege on this fort. I mean, taking out a major army like that, I don't know where he moved. It had to have been inside the fort. Because he wouldn't have had the movement to reach 2 provinces with all those hoplites, because I know they're really slow. He couldn't have moved from like here to here. I know he didn't teleport all those mages in. That had to have been everything inside the fort that broke siege. No idea why he didn't pull down 108. That was a very interesting turn of events there. And honestly, for Abizia, I mean, things are looking good. Yeah, you lost 55 lava warriors, but that's another army gone. I feel like that possibly was a misplay there from Machaka. I would have doubled down on that province right there. If I had, I mean, of course, he had the chance to. It does suck, for sure. Lose like that when you had a chance otherwise. I mean, I guess he wanted to continue the siege, but I would have left a unit on it. So if he didn't break out, which it looks like he didn't break out, of course, it would still be under siege. Yes, you wouldn't go farther as far as breaking down the fortification, but he won't be able to do anything with said fort. Very interesting, very interesting. I wonder if End is going for man. That's interesting to see as well. Could possibly be pressuring back 7 and 13, pushing Armor back, but it looks like the Lictors have moved from 24 down to 1 here. It looks like going for Fort 133 again. I mean, honestly, since you're not really... So he's going to be casting it this turn. He's got 3 Dominion here in 133. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Well, that's going to be it for this turn, guys. Hope you enjoyed. This turn 64. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.